This is the weather forecast video for Tuesday, January 31st, 2012. Let's take a look at the satellite image from last evening. You can see some cloudiness, mid and high level cloudiness extending from the western Great Lakes down into the central plains states. That's with a cold front that'll bring some cooler conditions to the state after the record high temperatures across the southern counties. Watch morning map from before midnight. Fairly quiet across the country. Some winter weather advisories across the Cascades and Olympic Peninsula of Washington State and across the U.S. and Canadian border. QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days through Saturday evening at 6 o'clock shows some decent amounts of precip across the southern plains, the mid and lower Mississippi Valley, the Tennessee Valley, and across the deep south. Let's take a look at the 0Z GFS Model Run. At 6 p.m. this evening, you can see some energy moving across the western Great Lakes down into the state with that cold front moving through that'll bring some drizzle, some clouds, maybe a shower. Nothing really much with this storm. Fairly weak, with highs dropping back into the 40s by here on Wednesday, and that's still above normal. It'll be cooler, maybe some 30s in the areas that still have snowpack across the far north and northeastern counties. That will be true again on Thursday, with some rain showers in Texas and some snow across the Colorado Rockies and into Wyoming and into the Wasatch of Utah. And that system then digs down a pretty decent piece of energy coming out of the Rockies with that little bitty disturbance. Well, not little bitty, but it has some energy, and it's going to bring about a pretty decent storm with a low pressure centered about Wichita, and that could bring us some rain or snow mix Friday into Friday night. Could see some interesting weather even into Saturday as the low moves up into northeastern Missouri, so we could see some interesting weather for the start of the weekend. Some rain, snow mix, some rain, some snow. We'll see interesting stuff even as to Sunday as it begins to pull out here on Super Bowl Sunday. Looks like Indianapolis may get a little bit of light wintry mix as the Super Bowl revelers. Heading into Monday as people are leaving the Super Bowl from Indianapolis, it'll be a little bit cooler with temperatures in the 30s as high pressure begins to come in from Canada. A week from today on the 7th, ridge over western Canada with cold air coming down from the Arctic down into at least the northern tier of the country. High pressure moving into the Dakotas. Some lake effect snow over the Great Lakes, and otherwise it'll be outside of central and south Florida pretty dry across the country. Further into the month of February on the 11th, ridge over the west, trough over the east, piece energy coming down on the trough through the Great Lakes, and with that could bring some snow there, but it'll remain to our north and east, and we'll be pretty much on the battleground between the cold air to the north and east and the warmer air to the south and west. And at the end of the forecast on the 15th, ridge over the west, and trough over the east, northwesterly flow aloft. We're still in the battleground, and with us in the battleground, that means colder air to the north and east, warmer air to the west. By this point, it'll be a little bit warmer than it was earlier in the week, with highs likely in the upper 30s to mid to upper 40s. Thank you for tuning in to the weather forecast video. We'll have another one tomorrow.